Paloma, welcome to Abu Dhabi.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here.
I am so excited to know about your gallery. I passed by yesterday and I just couldn't stop at the art pieces. But can you tell me a little bit about the gallery itself?
Yeah, of course. So we are Maton Gallery. We built the gallery in 2018. Manon is the founder and I'm the director. And so we represent French and international artists. And we are aiming to open up their careers to the Gulf because we think it's very interesting to work here, to discover more about the region. And from now on, the exchanges we had with people at the fair was so interesting that we think we are at the right place right now.
Why Abu Dhabi and why Abu Dhabi Art specifically?
Because I think that something is opening up here regarding art. I think art is getting very, very important, a very important industry in the Emirates, and we want to share it more, to open up to international and to other countries. So we have an amazing gallery in Biarritz and one in Paris, but I think it's very interesting for us to get more international.
Yeah, and I think with all the cultural, museums and all the things that's happening in Abu Dhabi, and obviously the UAE and France has this historical relationship in arts and culture, goes back beyond the 70s and the 50s. I think there's something special about this relationship, and to have the opportunity to bring French artists here to Abu Dhabi. A lot of collectors here in the UAE actually own a lot of the French artists' work, and I think this is an opportunity as well for Emirati artists to be exposed to the French market. And I know you have a special interest in learning about Emirati culture artists.
So Manon, the founder, is working really hard since 2020 to approach the Emirates, and so she already had 3 exhibitions, 2 in Doha in Qatar and 1 in Kuwait. And yeah, we're here also because we want to discover Emirati artists, because we would love to work with Emirati artists, even though we have amazing French and international artists. But I think even for us, it's very interesting to open up to something completely new that we will learn about.
Yeah, and there's so many beautiful works here in the Middle East and specifically in the UAE. I think it's a great opportunity for international galleries to come and learn about our own talents here. And you never know, you find French and Emirati artists working together on a commissioned work.
Of course.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's what I love about working in a gallery, is that it's infinite. We can create project, collaboration with museum, institutions, a personal project, and that's very interesting to see that there is no end to what we can imagine.
That's amazing. Art brings us all together.
Yeah.
Tell us about this special space that you've curated for Abu Dhabi Art.
So we represent here 2 artists, it's Garance Maton and Devaud. And for us, it was very interesting to put them together because they both work on the spectral aspect. So probably after you will take pictures and videos of all the paintings that we have here. It's very different work, very, very different. But in the same time, when you approach the booth, you can say that it works really well together, that there are bridges between their work. So it's very interesting for us. And so I would like to focus a little bit on Thomas' work. So Thomas Devaud was born in 1980. He's based in Paris. He already had amazing exhibitions. He did a great collaboration with Louis Vuitton 2 years ago in Saint-Germain. And he has a huge exhibition, institutional exhibition coming up in 2027 in the north of France, in an amazing place that I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
And so Thomas basically works on the desire for consumption. So he creates bridges between the consumption, the consumer, and the desire around those topics. And so here we have a triptych called Rayon. So it's rays. And so what he does is that he takes a picture in a shop of Rayon. So it's consumption project, and then his process is to blur everything, to make all the lines, all the shapes, all the colors disappear, to make a big, so the picture, the photo becomes a very big abstract painting while it's still a picture. And you could have many reading of this, but mine is that it kind of becomes something more spiritual that elevates you and that puts you out of the consumption world.
Yeah.
And so it becomes something very full of light. And also you can see that the frame is not a whole frame, but it's a triptych because this gold frame brings a lot of light in something that we want to make lighter, to make very powerful.
Do you think he created it individually, or it's a one piece? Because I can't tell, although there's frames, but they're connected.
Yeah, it's a triptych, so it's all together. It exists in a bigger size also. From my point of view, you can stay here for 10 minutes and just meditate in front of it.
Yeah.
And for some people, they see more the sea, and for more people, they see the sky.
Yeah.
So something more in the head that is beyond us. And that's what I like about this triptych, is that we all have readings, different readings in front of something that is
Yeah.
in the same time simple, but in the same time very complex.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, because when I saw it yesterday in passing, it was so quick, but I kept, thinking about it. And now that I'm looking at it even more and more, and I'm seeing the details, and I wish I can stand, because I can't stand right now in the podcast, but like the details, I want to spend more time with it. It invites you.
Yeah. Do you want to know a little bit more about the technique?
Yes,
it's very
please.
interesting. So as I was saying, it's a photo basically. Then he blurs everything, and so you can see that there is texture on it, because the second step is that he put a kind of a filter that is made on very old paintings that have those fragments, like painting from the Renaissance, 17th century. And so all this texture is a filter that is borrowed to this time of art.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. Yeah.
But also, I know that I was mentioning to you this before the podcast, that this work is so inviting, but at the same time, this piece doesn't belong alone.
What do you mean?
I mean, it has a family members.
It has a
The way
family
I look at it.
members.
And I
Yes.
like that. I want to know more about that.
So the other work, as you can see, has this mirror effect that is created by the dichroic glass. So we have abstract dichroics, we have shopper, and we have the totem that are more sculptural. And so the first step is exactly the same for the abstract dichroic. So you have a picture that is completely blurred. And then on top of it, you have this dichroic glass. So the dichroic glass was invented by the NASA, because basically it's a glass that allows you to see further and clearer. So it's a glass that is going to space to take picture in space. And the process of Thomas here is that he has the glass, and then he dips it in a bath of liquid metal and gold, and then it's put in an oven.
Wow.
And after this process, it becomes more like a mirror. And as you can see, when you move around, and maybe when you'll be filming, you will see it. So you have 3 different colors, depending on your point of view, but also depending on the light you have around you. So if you move around, like from my point of view, the bigger shopper is completely purple, but if I go in front of it, it becomes blue. And if I gain 10 centimeters high, it's yellow. And depending of the daytime and of the light, it changes all day long. 24 hours on 24, it changes. And also you have reflection on the floor, on the walls, on the ceiling. And what is very interesting with the dichroic glass also is that because of the reflection, you're framed in the frame. So you're being part of the consumption project.
That's amazing. I love that.
And so it reflects to you, it's a statement, but it makes you part of the object, part of the art, part of all the process. And it's the same like the shoppers. It's the same process, but what you have inside, like for example, when you enter the booth, you're like, what is it? Is it a picture? How is it done?
Yeah.
And so it's shopper. So it's someone queuing at the cash register, and you can see with the body position that it's an anonymous person, like waiting, having a little bit of weight on the shoulders. And so he takes the picture from a very far distance, so those people don't know what is happening. But as if they're anonymous, it's okay.
Yeah.
And then he blurs all the contours, all the lines. He uses the technique of the sfumato, which is a very old technique. That is a technique where you blur all the contour, all the lines, to make it disappear and to make the form becoming more like an aura, like a ghostic presence. And this is why you can't really say what it is.
Yeah.
But basically, it's a picture. And it attracts you a lot. So this is
The
I was
inviting
talking about,
side, yeah.
yeah, and I was talking about the bridge between consumption, desire, you facing a consumption product as a consumer, but also as someone who has a desire just for something that is beautiful, that attracts you.
Yeah.
That's what is very powerful in his work. And then you have the dichroic glass on it. And as I was saying, it's one of my reading also, and I really like to speak about reading because your reading is not the same as mine.
Yes.
But what I like is when you have a dichroic in your own space, so meaning in your living room or in your room, it reflects everything that you possess. So everything that you have decided to put your money on, that you have chosen to integrate into your own universe, very special universe that no one else has. And it's very interesting to see the reflection of another painting, of furnitures, of people you love, because
Yeah.
it really integrates his work in your space.
Yeah, I love that actually, because when I saw the whole space, I was like, this is perfect for a big wall in a house where people can actually be part of the experience, part of the art. It communicates to them, and it's just one-to-one. And it's such a special piece. And I'm so happy to see it here in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
And
thank
hopefully
you.
it will find a home here in Abu Dhabi
I hope
very
so.
soon.
Many homes, because I think we all deserve to have a Thomas Devaud in the living room.
Exactly.
Honestly.
And I look forward to coming to your gallery one day and
more than
seeing
welcome.
Emirati artists as well in your gallery.
I hope so. If you have tips, let me know. If you want to talk
Definitely.
a little bit about artists,
We have,
let me know.
happy to introduce you to many of the amazing artists we have here in the UAE. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.